Hello, welcome to another edition of Take 5. We're in John chapter 4, verse 46. So he came again to Cana in Galilee, where he had made the water wine. And at Capernaum there was an official whose son was ill. When this man heard that Jesus had come from Judea to Galilee, he went to him and asked him to come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. So Jesus said to him, "Unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe." The official said to him, "Sir, come down before my child dies." Jesus said to him, "Go, your son will live." The man believed the word that Jesus spoke to him and went on his way. As he was going down, his servants met him and told him that his son was recovering. So he asked them the hour when he began to get better, and they said to him, "Yesterday at the 7th hour the fever left him." The father knew that was the hour when Jesus had said to him, "Your son will live," and he himself believed, and all his household. This was now the second sign that Jesus did when he had come from Judea to Galilee. Well, we know the first sign was when he turned water into wine. So he did the second sign, the same place he did the first sign, and these were signs showing that he was the Messiah, the Son of God. He says something interesting. All right, he tells this guy who's got a son who's at the point of death. He says, "Unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe." Now, this was generally true of all the folks there. And I think Jesus was saying this to test this man, because if you look in verse 49, the official said to him, "Sir, come down before my child dies." Verse 50, Jesus said to him, "Go, your son will live." And it says the man believed the word that Jesus spoke to him. So the man did not see a sign or wonder. He believed Jesus based on his word. And once Jesus healed him, it said he believed him again, but he'd already believed him. Jesus healed the son. He asked the servants when it happened. They told him, and it didn't surprise him because he'd already believed Jesus. So it says in verse 53, and he himself believed and all his household. So his faith also inspired the faith of his household to believe in Jesus. Now, they haven't even met him. I'm going to tell you, faith is inspiring. But what kind of faith do you have? Do you have the faith that just believes Jesus? Jesus says a lot of stuff. God says a lot of stuff. Do you believe it, or do you have to always see it? Do you have to see something great to believe in Jesus? When things are hard, right, like for this guy, when you're going through a trial, and this is certainly a trial to have a son that's about to die, okay, do you trust the word of God? You know, God promises that he'll bring you through trials, and he'll bring you through better. He'll refine your character. He'll bring you closer to him. There's all kinds of good things about trials. And he makes these promises. All right, are you going to believe them, or are you only going to believe it if he somehow does a miracle and takes away the trial or delivers you out of the trial? This man believed Jesus before he saw the miracle. And I want to ask you to believe Jesus, even if you don't see a miracle. Don't be like the general population. And that's who I believe Jesus was talking to when he said, "Unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe." I mean, he said it to the guy, but the guy kind of proved him wrong. I think he was, not that Jesus was wrong. It meant that he was not one of the crowd. All right, that statement was not true of him. It is true of most people, but let it not be true of you. Unless the general crowd sees signs and wonders, they don't believe. Let you be the one that can believe without seeing that stuff. Remember, it was one of the disciples, I believe it was Thomas or Philip, that once Jesus was resurrected, they saw him and they believed. Jesus said, "You see and believe. Blessed are those who do not see and yet believe." I'm challenging you to be that way. Be like this guy. This guy's a good example of that. All right. Appreciate you watching. I know it's been a few days since I put one of these on. I've had a lot going on, a lot of really good stuff. I did get engaged, so I'm excited about that. But you come back tomorrow, or hopefully soon, for the next edition of Take 5.